Welcome to this week's Ask GMBN, where we're going to get stuck into all of your questions about mountain biking that you've given us in the comments down below and through our hashtag AskGMBN, and of course on email, ask@gmbn.com. Thanks for getting involved. That's a precursor to the questions we're about to get to.
Yeah.
Neil, are you ready? I specifically chosen questions this week that are going to test you out.
Are you all about fat bikes?
No, damn it. I failed already.
Or e-bikes?
E-bikes. Right, here we go. First question is from Bike MTB. This is a good one for you, actually. I'm interested in the answer. If you could buy one bike and one bike only, Neil, which one would it be?
This is like
in terms of the discipline.
The oldest question in mountain biking.
It's great though, isn't it? It's great.
For me personally, I would have a sort of traily enduro bike, 140, 150 mil travel.
Yeah, yeah.
Something I've got recently, a Scott Genius. I love it. It does all the stuff I want to do, like ride miles, but also be really good downhill.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's super light as well, but it's not going to be as good downhill as an enduro bike or a downhill bike.
Yes.
But for me, that is the perfect bike.
Nice, nice. Can I do myself sort of like a pre-accident and post?
Yeah.
Pre-accident would be a really cool, aggressive geometry hardtail with front suspension, because I could that suited my riding.
2 brakes?
Oh yeah, I've got to have 2 brakes. And then maybe single speed. No, not single speed. Scrub that, 1 by. And then now I need as much boing as I can get.
Canyon
travel.
Sender.
It's all about travel. So the Canyon Sender basically is the best for me at the moment. Good question. I enjoyed answering that. I like that. Thanks. Jeff C. Coming to your channel from GCN. That's all right. It's fine.
Well done.
And I've been mountain biking a few months. I'm looking to buy a full suspension bike. What are your thoughts on piggyback shocks? So we probably should explain what a piggyback shock is.
Well, it's a rear suspension unit and it's got an extra damping bit with more air or oil in there. Yes. It really comes down to what you're going to ride. I would think you're probably riding more miles, more cross-country stuff, then I'll say no. It's probably going to be heavier than you need and it's not going to get very hot, so you don't need all that extra fluid and stuff. So I would say probably not. You're probably better off with just a normal air shock.
Yeah, it is quite a common question though, is that extra little reservoir on top of the shock or below it can sometimes ask the question, well, what's that doing?
If you're doing bigger downhill rides, more aggressive riding, then it's going to help. But other than that, no.
Good answer. Right, next question is from CO2R. GMBN, is there any future in mountain biking, like we can make a living from it? Oh, that's an interesting question.
Wow, it's a tough question to answer. You can do it.
I don't think really that's the way to look at it, even if that's what you want to get out of it. If you're coming into mountain biking and you're thinking, can I make this a career? Can I make a career in the industry? Answer is yes. There is lots of different things you can do in mountain biking, but the way you're going to get to all of them, I think, is just by enjoying it. All the people I know love the sport and are working within the industry, either as a rider or promoting events or working with brands, marketing, all of the stuff. There's so many things in the sport you can do these days. And YouTube channels, I mean, there's so many options. They're all doing it just because they really love it.
Yeah, I definitely stumbled into it because I loved racing and it's built from there. I got a bit of sponsorship and then the better you get, the more that builds. And that was the start of it all. And I've ended up here doing this, which is quite a lot different to that. However, only started it because I loved riding bikes.
I think we've stumbled on the dream job, dude. I don't know how we've done it.
Don't tell anyone.
Shh, keep quiet, keep quiet. But yes, there are roles to do and we need you guys involved. So, you know, get on with it. Ryan JH. Is it possible to cripple carbon rims? Cripple carbon rims. My friend has carbon rims on his bike and his rear wheel appears crippled.
I presume you mean buckled. That's what we'd call it. No, I would say I've never seen a buckled carbon rim. They're so stiff, they're either straight or they're broken. And if they break, they tend to delaminate or something. So, no.
No, I've never seen one buckled myself. Kyle, who says, do you recommend buying a dirt jump bike for skate park and some light trials riding?
Well, a dirt jump bike's probably going to have single speed and potentially one brake, so it's not going to be great for trials, is it?
No, but dirt jump in a skate park, brilliant, great fun. Trials, it's going to be very frustrating because you're not going to have a front brake, and for trials, you really need 2 brakes to really, you know, really do all the maneuvers and all the different skills. you do need those 2 brakes. It can be done, but it'll be a lot harder.
Foot jam and everything.
And the gearing would not be...
You want low gear, don't you?
Yeah, you want a really light gear. So not ideal for trials. Axel Greff says, I'm a cross-country racer and they've started adding jumps in the races. Good. Make it more fun to watch.
Yep.
I want to learn how to jump properly on a bike and maybe do tricks, in brackets, whip it like Nino Schurter. I'm going to come to that in a second. So should I buy a dirt jump bike or a race BMX to learn jumps?
I would say probably a dirt jump bike. Race BMXs are great, but they're super twitchy. And it's not going to feel much like your well, it's not going to feel anything like your cross-country bike. Whereas a dirt jump bike is still a mountain bike. It's bigger, it feels a lot more like a cross-country bike with a low saddle, I suppose.
Yeah. I would stick with the cross-country bike and continue to jump on that. The bike's going to be able to take it. They can take a lot.
Stick your seat down a bit.
But I want to just touch on the whip bit with Nino Schurter. Nino Schurter can't whip. Well, if he can whip, he ain't doing them.
It's a bit of a tweak.
He does a tweak tabletop.
It looks pretty good.
It's pretty cool. I think he does it too much, just saying. Put it out there. Like, you know, don't want to come across as a one-trick pony when you're the greatest mountain biker on the planet. That's all I'm saying.
Flipping hard to do anything on a cross-country bike, to be honest, like that.
Yeah, so I would say if you're going to whip, you're going to need a dirt jump bike. And probably not for cross-country, but that cross-country bike could jump.
Yeah.
Can jump. And while we're on this subject, why don't we take a look at how to jump a mountain bike, a video we made previously.
Welcome to my class today. I am going to teach you the basics on how to jump, because everyone wants to do stunts and everyone wants to go massive on big jumps. But I'm going to teach you the basics first. You can learn this on any bike, but a bit like my Scott Voltage here, it is designed specifically for dirt jumping, so it's going to be super easy to learn on. All those techniques can be translated to other bikes, different size wheels, just could be a little bit harder. But first, I'm going to teach you how to bunny up because you're going to need it.
Seth Reichart, why are downhill bikes not single speed? Do you really need multiple gears just to go in one direction?
Absolutely. A lot of them are not many. How many are they? 6 or 7 speed nowadays? Back in my day, they're all 10 speed.
Well, are you tough guy?
But you definitely need the gears. You'll go out the gate in a low gear to get spinning, and you will chop and change between gears quite a lot.
Yeah.
Single speed isn't going to work very well.
Yeah, but I want to drop into that. What about the Gwyn effect?
Well,
I mean, he did win a World Cup with no chain.
The argument is that your suspension works better without a chain. However, that was Aaron Gwyn's very special, so we can't really
It says it here. It's kind of like
example.
I still think that's crazy.
It is mental, yeah.
Look it up on YouTube. It's insane. Yeah. It's insane. Neil Gooders says, can I use motorcycle chain lube for MTB bike chains?
I would say no, because having motorbikes myself, the lube is really sticky. Because the speed chain goes round, you don't want it to just fling off. And anything will stick to that. So I would say no, it's going to put quite a lot of resistance on there. You look at this stuff, WD-40, it's got PTFE in it, so it's just designed for bikes rather than motorbikes. You put that on a motorbike chain, it'll fling straight off, be no good.
Yeah.
But on a push bike,
proper stuff.
That's what you want.
That's the way to do it. Oh, here's a good one. I want to know the answer to this. Nicholas Canobra says, is Neil coming to Chile for the 2018 version of the Andes Pacifico? And greetings from Chile. You loved that.
Hello, I loved it. It was amazing. It was the best week ever. Amazing riding, such a cool place. I don't think I am going next year. However, I do want to go to Chile again for... I just want to go for a ride, really. Go back to the Andes. I'd definitely do the Andes Pacifico again, but not next year.
Yeah. You came back from that event like so
good. It was so nice to go away in British winter as well and go to 35 degrees up in the hills and ride amazing dusty trails. So good.
Actually, should we have a little look at it? Let's have a look at Neil riding in the Chile Andes Pacifico.
Got the ski lift up. We're in La Pava ski resort. We've hiked up to the top. My watch is saying 3,500 meters, so definitely feeling the air's pretty thin. The view is ridiculous. That is the Andes. This is the one. It's famous for the anti-grip, so everyone's saying just be careful. So easy to overcook it on the first stage. So we'll see. It's a race. Got to go fast, but try not to fall off.
Time for the quick fire round. We're going to rattle through some of the questions that are going to stump us both here. Davey Stone, can I use personal lubricant as chain lube?
Personal lubricant?
What?
I don't know what it is, but I'll say no.
What's it?
And don't use this as personal lubricant either, I would say.
Wow. Next question. Joshua Patchy says, is a 32 tooth chainring good with a 22 36 tooth 10-speed cassette, Neil?
22 36 10 speed?
Yeah.
12 36, I would say, probably. It's going to be all right. 32 is quite small. I mean...
Neil, this is quickfire, yes or no?
Well, no, because it means 12, not 36, surely.
Okay. If it was 12...
It's all right.
This isn't very quick.
It's sort of in the middle, really. I'd rather have 34.
I'm going to really speed it up now. Okay, here we go. The Tim Cat says, Martin, you're the first Brit I've seen who likes PB&J.
Peanut butter and jelly, whatever it is.
Oh, that's what it is. I couldn't think what that was.
Horrible.
PB&J.
That's an Aussie thing, isn't it?
Peanut butter and jelly is gorgeous. Oh, it's amazing. It's a global thing, Neil. Everybody's into it.
It's not.
I love it. Z-San3 says, how do I stop my cranks from spinning when doing no-foot tricks on my dirt jump bike? Oh, I've got a really good trick. I've seen Blake Sampson do it. You get an old inner tube, cut it up and tie it round the non-drive side of your bottom bracket and pedal arm. So it basically creates rubber friction.
I've seen that. We did a pro bike check with Thomas Gannon and used some plumbing bit of rubber to do the same thing.
Yeah, you can do it really neat, but if you want to just do it really simply, just tie some rubber around there, an old broken tube.
I would say, when I used to do all those things, you get good at doing it and you take your feet off exactly the same time. You don't really need that, I don't think, unless you're doing proper tail whips and things where you're actually kicking the bike and the pedals could move.
Yeah. Thanks for getting involved with Ask GMBN. Make sure you leave us some questions for next week down in the comment section down below. Definitely use the hashtag AskGMBN and of course ask@gmbn.com on email.
For another video, click over here for a bunny hop video with Blake on a fat bike, not beating the world record, setting a world record.
Yeah, and of course bunny hops are important. I've been going on about it. So check here to see how to make the hopometer that we used for that very event. Can we call it an event?
Yeah. Gives a thumbs up if you like very slow quickfire rounds.
Yes, and of course wear your helmet and click on that logo just there to subscribe.